Grace and peace be with you. Hi, my name is Mark. I'm the pastor at Sycamore Creek in Potterville. I have a brief thought for you today based on our New Testament challenge reading. We are continuing with our New Testament challenge reading, and today we complete week 8. Way to go on finishing week 8 of the challenge. We're on day 55, which our readings are John 7 and 8 and the book of Jude. The brief thought I want to share with you today is from John chapter 8. And in John chapter 8, there's a story that really resonates with me in the Bible. And it's an interesting story because it's a story that's not included in all the original manuscripts. So something that's fascinating about the book of John is this thought that someone named John, we don't exactly know who, wrote this book, and it was added onto and edited by a whole succession of people. And at some point, this story that I want to focus on, starting in the end of John 7 and beginning with John chapter 8 verse 1, this story was put in, and it's included in most copies of our Bible because it really fits well with the rest of John. It fits well with Jesus' teaching, and it's a powerful story. It's a story of a woman caught in adultery. We don't exactly know the circumstances of her being caught, but man, she had to just be absolutely mortified. And in the midst of being caught, she faces death. And the religious leaders, what they do is, in this story, they dehumanize this woman in order to pin down Jesus and try to trap Jesus. They show no compassion, they show no mercy, they show no grace at all toward this woman, and they just use her as a chip to try to get Jesus into hot water. Well, what does Jesus do? He responds with grace and mercy and compassion. And after encouraging whoever is without sin to throw the first stone, an absolutely brilliant response, Jesus eventually looks up from his writing in the dirt on the ground and sees no one left around. And he says to this woman who is ashamed, who is broken, who is facing death, he says, there's no one here. Go and sin no more. And what this story really shows of Jesus is Jesus' grace, but also Jesus' truth. Jesus' forgiveness and compassion, but also Jesus' holiness, his high standards. There's a tension in this story. There's a tension as we follow Jesus to live out God's grace, but also to live in light of God's truth. Now, as you read this story today, may you look for God's grace and God's truth in this story, and may you hold those two things in your hands today and live in that tension. Grace and peace be with you.